Hi everyone. This is question number 2 from your worksheet. Remember I said I was going to give a video solution, but I want to make sure you've at least attempted every part of it and you got it wrong, which is why you're here. Okay, so at 8 a.m., the Smiths left a campground driving at 48 miles an hour. At 8:20, the Garcias left the same campground and followed the same route, driving at 60 miles an hour. At what time did they overtake the Smiths? So I first like to figure out what type of motion is this? And since they're going in the same route, it's the same direction, which means that the distances are going to be equal, okay? The distances are going to be equal because the Garcias are going here and the Smiths are going here. And it says overtake. When did they overtake each other? So we're looking for their distances to be equal. So distance of Smiths going to equal distance of Garcia. Now we've got to write our variables, okay? So it says at what time in the question. So that's our variables. That's what's going to be our variables. So how about we let t equal the time the Smiths left the campground, okay? All right, so the Smiths left at 8. The Garcias left at 8:20, so 20 minutes later. Now, it's in minutes and our question's in hours, so we have to convert 20 minutes to hours. So 20 divided by 60 gives me 1/3, okay? So 1/3 of an hour later. So I know we're tempted to want to say t plus 1, but they're actually on the road less time, and less means subtract. So it'd be t minus 1/3 is going to be the time the Garcias are on the road. Okay, time for Garcias. All right, so now we go to our chart. So D equals R times T. I'm going to label this one as the Smiths and this one as the Garcias. Okay, and one's going faster. We know that, right? Because they caught up. All right, so the Smiths are driving. We're going to say the speed limit. So 48, and their time is T. And the Garcias are going 60 miles an hour, and their time is t minus 1/3. Then we're going to write the distances in terms of the time. So 48t and then 60 times t minus 1/3. All right, so now the distances are going to be equal. So we get 48t equals 60 times t minus 1/3. Love fractions because it helps me practice my algebra and my math. All right, so we get 48t. We're going to distribute the 60, and we're going to get 60. Remember, 60 times 1/3. I can do that on the side if I need to. 3 goes into 60 20 times. So 60t minus 20. All right, so now we got a couple options here. I tend to want to keep my variables positive, so I'm going to bring the 48 over to this side. And I'm going to add the 20 over to this side. So I get 20 equals 12t. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 12 by using that inverse operation. And that gives me, let's see, so that gives me 5/4. 4 goes into 25 times 4 goes into 12 3 times. Oops, I made a calculation error there, didn't I? So 5/3. And in terms of time, I'm actually going to turn that into a mixed number. Oops, I got something written there, sorry. So that gives me 1 2/3. It's hours, so 1 2/3 of an hour. But I don't really like saying 1 2/3 of an hour, so I'm actually going to convert that back to minutes. So 2/3 of 60. 2/3 of 60, so 2/3 times 60. 3 goes into 60 20 times. 2 times 20 equals 40, so 1 hour and 40 minutes. 1 hour and 40 minutes from the time that the Smiths left. Now, if you wanted to, you could say 8, and you could say 8 o'clock and then add the hour and 40 minutes, so that would give me a time of 9:40. And since the question specifically asked at what time, I'm actually going to do that and say that they overtook them at 9:40 a.m. All right, guys, there's your solution to the first one. Hope that helped.